so grateful and honored that you are here. Our special guest, Tara Grace, will be joining me shortly. But I wanted to get in here real quickly and just kind of call all of you together. I think this is going to be a very powerful, energetic conversation. And hopefully you're beginning to feel the power of our collective coming together already, even in the midst of everything that's been going on. So let me go see if Tara is there, because if she is, I want to add her in, and she's not there yet. Okay. So I think most of you know by now that my heart's passion and my dedication and commitment to being on this planet and to you. I was just hopping in, and it's so funny because I can already feel the power of our conversation that's going to come forward. And so I'm really excited. So I was just going to do a really quick introduction. So ladies, I'm so honored and excited that Tara is here with us today in our Power Success group. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Dr. Anita Jackson, from this point forward, Anita. And I am the founder and CEO of the Unlimited Woman Alliance and Her Global Voice, Power Her Success, and AMJ Productions and Publications. I do quite a bit, but they all work towards the calling in my life, which really is the dedication and the commitment that I've made to helping you know that you are more than enough. You always have been and always will be, that you are unlimited in every area of your life. There's so much possibility when you release those limitations that no longer serves you. And then this phase of my life, I really believe I'm here to create platforms that allows women to come together and share their voice in a much grander, bigger kind of way. So podcasts, TV, live events, when we get back to that place, and then doing magazines and all those kind of things. Those are things that I love, that I've done them for years, and I'm really good at it. And I wanted to bring the reason why this group got started and has grown as quickly as it has, within just in a few months, to be honest with you. I think it's only been 2 months, and we're already at 260 women. And so I know we had a huge surge of women join today. So welcome to all of you new women. I think we had like 15 of you show up today. So I'm very, very honored that you are here. And I am excited about the women that I'm bringing to you, i.e. today, Tara Grace, because these are women who I have been following for years, who I have a personal relationship with, and who I have from a distance watched master what it really means to be in their power, what it really means to show up in their greatness and their gifts and their talents. And Tara Grace is one of those girls, one of those queens who has been such a huge inspiration to me for the past, 4 or 5 years that we've known each other, Tara? And so in that, I've watched her evolve. I've watched her in such a beautiful, elegant, feminine, and yet very strong and clear, powerful kind of way, master femininity or divinity, femininity, sensuality, sexuality, and money, wealth, and abundance. And so I wanted her to come in here and share her wisdom and her expertise with you. So Tara, thank you for being here with me.
Thank you for having me. It's an honor. It's really, really an honor to be here. And I just really want to invite everyone to give yourself permission to fully drop in this space. Come home to your body. Take a deep, expansive breath in. We'll do it together. Let's take a deep, expansive breath in together. Hold it in your heart. Exhale. And let's give ourselves permission to really ground ourselves with everything that's in the field right now, with all of the turbulence and the chaos and the cries and the pandemic, and Black lives very much matter, and their inherent worthiness is to be allies, advocates like never before to change our world. So it's an honor to be with Dr. Anita, who has brought so much divinity and feminine power and leadership into the influence and impact that she's making in this world for all these years. So as you have witnessed me, I have also witnessed you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
And yeah, it's our intention today to just give ourselves permission to fully ground in and allow ourselves to raise our frequency and vibration, number one, of love. And then all of life comes to us.
Yes.
Money, leadership, success, impact. Raising our frequency of love means also raising our frequency of consciousness, and we cannot begin to raise our frequency of consciousness if we're not willing to see things differently. It was my willingness to see my relationship to and with money differently that created the ultimate shift within myself. And Dr. Anita said it right when she said, divinity, then femininity. And then she saw it and it started. Notice the feminine wealth and leadership and impact and money didn't start without divinity.
She's going all by herself. I love this.
Divinity
I'm just going to sit here.
Divinity within.
Yeah.
And that's what we are here to bring to you today. Dr. Anita and I are here to create the container, this space for this transmission, so that you can be healed, so that you can have wholeness, so that you can raise your level of consciousness, so that you can have the most epic, beautiful, delicious, divine experience with life itself.
Now, before you get too carried away, girl, because I know you're getting in there, and I'm gonna have to rein you back in, because I want to make sure you've got some amazing, wisdom that I want to tap into and bring forward, so that we as a sisterhood, we as a community, can make the decision to shift. Everything that's going on, just like you said, is our opportunity to pivot, to shift. And I actually want to come up with a stronger word. It's time to step boldly into our next level. Pivoting, we've done it. We had that as a part of the pandemic when it first all started. Now it's time to step boldly into this next level and take back and reset and move into our next level. So Tara, with everything that's going on in the world, how did you really master this concept, this identity, because it's really your identity of being feminine, and how that relates to wealth and abundance in your life? How did you do this?
Well, first of all, any level of mastery is a commitment to continual practice.
Yeah. Ooh, yeah, that's good.
So the ascended masters and our master teachers brought themselves into the ultimate continual practice to maintain and sustain the frequency of love, compassion, right? Like the great spiritual leaders and teachers maintained and sustained the highest vibration and frequency of love and compassion.
Yeah.
So mastery can't begin until your willingness to commit to the practice, which is always happening.
And
it's always happening.
What is that? Because you're saying it very clearly. Like there's actual steps and processes that you have learned. And I don't want you to give all of them away, because they have to work with you to get those nuggets, those golden nuggets. But if you were to give at least one very clear step that someone could take as a part of the how to stay committed to that process, what would that be?
It would be the willingness to see things differently.
Ooh.
Transformation and change cannot begin in any area of our lives unless we are willing to see things differently, which means letting go of what you think you know.
Yes. yes.
Because if you really, like letting go of what you think you know to allow a higher divine wisdom to bring to you the knowledge and the people, the places, the things, it's all connected. So the willingness to see things differently, that would be step one.
Yeah.
And when you step into that, then you've stepped into the vision of the eyes of being able to see by faith.
Right. Ooh, that's good.
Martin Luther King said, I do not have to see the whole staircase to take the first step.
One. That's right.
And then I add it, I take the first step by faith. And then I take the next step by faith. And the next step is revealed as we are moving forward.
In the direction. That's
we do not wait until we have all the answers and can see all the steps and know logically exactly how we're going to get from here to there. We have
sometimes it's walking blindly.
By faith, and then the next step will be revealed in that trust. That next step that I'm taking, that there will be ground beneath my feet to support me.
Yes.
And that's what people need right now. They need to be rooted and grounded. That's why I said, let's root and ground, because it's felt like almost the rug has been pulled out from underneath our feet. This world has been turned upside down and inside out. And I feel like we've been suspended in space to give ourselves an opportunity to look at what needs to be looked at, to feel what needs to be felt, and to heal what needs to be healed. And it doesn't matter what area of life, business, leadership, impact, social impact that you want to experience right now. It starts right here. Co-creating with the divine.
I'm hoping so do me a favor. Would you be willing to define, because I think this is so crucial. A lot of people are talking what divinity is, what femininity is, but no one really defines it. They just say it's there. So that we can understand that we have to change our perception. Part of our perception is understanding the words correctly. Mm-hmm. And since you are a multimillionaire who's been on major stages working with major people around the world for years, how would you define this, if you don't mind asking or answering?
Well, my company has generated that much revenue, which is pretty exciting. How would I define divinity for me? It's almost like asking someone to define their spirituality. I think it's very individual. I think it's very personal. I think it's having faith in a divine power and intelligence that is beyond yourself and yet within self.
Yes. Beyond
at the same time. And that's where we come into that mastery that I'm talking about, is being able to integrate the both worlds of both human and divine living in our earthly life and existence.
Yeah.
And so many people have many different names and definitions of what divine means for them, what divinity means. I have cultivated a deep, rich relationship with the source, creation, and creatrix of all life, God, goddess. Oh my God, all that is, both the divine masculine and the divine feminine in its wholeness and entirety, which is inviting us to do the same, is to find that balance within ourselves, to bring that level of wholeness and that level of expression in all that we be and all that we do and how we live and how we love and even how we lead. And we've seen how the patriarchy, masculine approach has truly decimated
to say the least,
feminine wisdom and love and connection and inclusion and acceptance and beauty that is requiring itself to be experienced both within ourselves and in the leadership of this world in every sphere of society.
Now, with everything that you've just said and what you have embodied, it's at a visceral level for you. What's the greatest thing that you have learned or have been taught when it comes to being a woman who's allowing herself to make the kind of money she wants to make in her life?
There's so much wisdom. Specifically in the area of money, it's easier to make so much more money than it is to make less. Like that was like the biggest.
Okay, that's a hashtag moment right there.
It's so much easier to make. It's so much easier to make more money than it is to make less money. And because that masculine programmed approach of I have to work hard to make money is how we have been taught. It's how we've been programmed. It's been the way that the world has worked. And so that's because men went to work first. And so they modeled for us what work and leadership and success and money look like. And so we've just now, over these last few years entered into this level of understanding of what does feminine leadership look like. And feminine leadership doesn't look like just a female body. Feminine leadership is a presence, it's energy. Feminine is an energy, it's a presence. You can't say female leadership is the same as feminine leadership. Because there's female leadership that's very masculine.
Very masculine. That's
very push, very striving, very hard, very aggressive. And then feminine leadership leans back and is giving herself permission to receive even more. Feminine leadership and a feminine principle of success is I give myself permission to receive more, earn more, and work less while never losing the potency of the impact I'm here to make in this world.
You know, can we sit here for just a minute? Because I agree with you with leadership. This is how I speak in regards to feminine leadership just as well. And one of the things that I think we as women have not mastered really well, and based on what you just said, is if we really understood what it meant for us to receive, to truly, like you were saying, open ourselves up to receive more, we actually give at a much better and richer level in that, because we have everything that we possess, everything that we need. How does a woman get herself prepared to receive more? Or maybe the question is, why is she not in a place to receive more?
This is so important. This is where it gets absolutely orgasmic and delicious. Right here. How does a woman give herself permission to receive more?
Yes.
Ask the same question in the bedroom. How can you give yourself permission to fully surrender into the most orgasmic, delicious, divine, supreme pleasure that you possibly are capable of experiencing? In your body, but also in your life. Women close the center of their hearts and their wombs to allow ourselves to open completely. And it's because of fear, it's because of stress, it's because of all the blocks. And, you know, give yourself permission to like, it's orgasmic. This is the space and place where life can be orgasmic, where can you allow yourself to feel deliciously, gloriously divine and turned on when it comes to talking about, thinking about, generating money, being fully aligned in your soul's divine purpose and making an impact in this world? How good does that feel? And would you give yourself permission to feel even more? What about even more beyond that? Would you even allow yourself to experience the goodness and the juiciness and the deliciousness that you are? The powerful
Tara, what are the steps?
You are.
What are the steps to that? Because I can feel, I can hear, and maybe it's the psychologist in me that still says everything you said is absolutely right on. I couldn't agree with you more. It's been a journey for me to even learn how to, and I'm still learning. Let me be very transparent. I'm still learning how to give myself permission. So it's more body work.
Women are in here.
Body work.
Women are in their minds. They're operating out of here, and they're not at home within themselves. They're not deeply connected into their heart. They're not deeply rooted into Mama Gaia, into the earth. They're not connected into their womb, their sacral chakra, which is where creativity and sexuality resides, the pleasure power. Women haven't even necessarily been given, haven't even learned what it means to feel like a woman. Being in your skin, the softness of what it means to be a woman.
So I have to give you a compliment right now. The women are responding on our page and they're saying, goosebumps all over.
Yeah.
This is probably because I think this is a conversation that I personally would love to see more women like you and even myself stepping into and having this conversation on a regular basis. Kind of like when we've heard 2 + 2 is 4, it's because we heard it over and over again, and then it just becomes true. It's the absolute truth. And this is a conversation like what you're saying of giving ourselves permission, because I think if we were to even look at what's going on in the world right now, there's a pullback. Mm-hmm. And that pullback causes us not to give ourselves permission to show up. So how do we deal with that?
Right.
Chaos that's around the world. We show up, because even let me be very transparent. I'm stronger than I think most, so I can push myself through. But I've had those seasons where I just I don't want to do anything. It's too much. How do you help a woman make that decision, give herself permission to keep moving forward so that she can make money and receive what she wants?
Thank you. It's a powerful question, Dr. Anita. Giving ourselves permission to come home in our bodies. What is it like feeling? A lot of people don't want to do because they're not wanting to put themselves out right now because they're not willing to feel. They're not willing to face how they're feeling.
Ooh, that's a good one.
They're not even willing to look at it. So you have to be able to feel. And it's really cultivating this relationship even with your body where you learn how to come home to self. So that all things could be going crazy on the outside. But again, this takes practice where you come home. And there are rituals and there are practices you can do that brings you home into your body. Like even if it's just gentle movement, even if it's just moving your hips, even if it's just rocking a little bit on the floor, maybe you're on one of those exercise balls and you're moving your hips.
That's what I'm on now.
Stretching, maybe you're getting your yoga mat out and you're just let me tell you, ladies, hip circles and heart circles will save your life right now because it allows you to tap into heart. It allows you to drop into your womb and your body. It grounds you into the earth. It allows you to connect with your feeling and your body. It's okay. Some women are not even giving themselves permission to feel like they're worthy of even pleasure or even feeling good with everything that's going on in the world right now. But that belief is keeping your frequency low. That belief is keeping your money low. That belief is keeping your impact low. That belief is keeping you from your full self-expression in the world. The world needs your gift of leadership because it needs your frequency, and your frequency has to be in the highest vibration. You cannot possibly tell me that your frequency is at a high vibration if you don't feel good.
That's right.
What if women and men too, because this works for everyone, this is feminine principles of success. What if your number one priority every single day before you did anything else was to feel good and come home to your soul and have that connection and allow your soul to lead you?
Yes, I know.
The conversations you will have will be much potent and more powerful and at a higher degree. And what if when coming home to yourself, you invoked all of the divine creation, creator, creatrix of all creation, your angels, calling on divine support to support you in this day, that you felt that your intention was to feel good and to also ask for divine support, ask for wisdom. If you ask for wisdom, you will be given wisdom. Ask for wisdom. God, angels, support me. I ask for wisdom today. Show me what am I to say? What am I to do? Who am I to speak to and to whom? Lead me, guide me, show me the way. What does my soul want today? What would feel good?
Let me interject a little bit here, because one of the things, we're getting a lot of responses on our page. I'm very excited about so many of you women who are showing up and feeling the power of this conversation. So Tara, thank you for being witnessed and expressing yourself as powerfully as you are here. And I have to say something that you said before, because it's really burning in my spirit. This year is the year that I started to do what's called Dance Commit. Or Commit, and it's a dance fitness program and belly dancing. And I tell you, when I started doing it on a regular basis, one day in the car, my roommate was driving, I'm sitting in the passenger seat, and I just started crying because something popped, something had released, and I didn't realize how tight I was because I'm being in academia, an academic person, I'm in my head all the time. Even though I'm very intuitive, very much grounded, very much connected, it was too much on that side. I've had to learn how to reshift it. So I know you've got some amazing, techniques and rituals. I've been falling in love with the word rituals instead of routines because it feels more feminine to me. Could you share one ritual that you practice to keep your frequency high? Because I know that that's really important to you. This is one of your staple conversations. It's your signature message.
Just one? There's never just one. I have a Tibetan singing bowl right now. That is not the one thing, but everything is frequency. Everybody take a deep inhale through your nose right now. Hold it in your heart. Allow yourself to feel. Exhale. Sound is a powerful frequency shift.
I love that. I want one.
Essential oils is a powerful frequency shifter. Prayer is the most highest frequency shifter there is.
Prayer and meditation.
Meditation. Moving meditation. Yoga. Dancing. Moving your hips, ladies, your heart. Self-pleasure. Sex.
Yay, yes.
Have sex. Experience pleasure. Give your body. Feed and nourish all of you.
Terry, let's talk about the shame that's connected around the frequency of, it's a low frequency of pleasure. How do you shift that when someone has gone through shame or they've experienced depression all their life or they've experienced so many setbacks that they can't connect? And there's a frequency there that because again, there's so much that we can probably have a conversation for days, you and I, on this. So how does a woman?
I'm sure we'll have lots of opportunities for lots of conversations here coming soon.
I'm very excited. So how do we talk about this? How do we help a woman change the frequency if she's got shame?
Shift her relationship to herself and so that she can be liberated from any shame that is connected to pleasure and even her body.
And receiving what she wants.
Immediately my mind goes to, well, religion has done a really damn good job on that.
Yeah. In a lot of ways, yeah. Where
it's conditioned. And not just, not just one religion, many religions. Is that patriarchy shaming of women as less than.
Yeah.
And that sex is less than. Yeah. But there's other beautiful traditions like Tantra, which is part of, the yoga and Ayurveda wisdom teachings. And, the reality is that, creation, an embryo turns into a baby, and a baby, there's this beautiful, gorgeous evolution of life where the embryo turns into a baby, the baby turns into a little one, and then it grows up, and it just we continue to evolve, just like, a blossom or a seed turns into a bud and a blossom and a bloom, and the oak seed turns into a mighty oak tree. But that creation energy, just like it's the same energy that causes a seed to grow into a mighty oak tree, is the same creation that when we join in union, sexual union, and create a child from that kind of pleasure, that's the same creation energy that powers the whole world. So it's the most beautiful cosmic, we as women having wombs, and it's like we are the divine feminine essence of God. And our bodies are designed and our lives are designed to experience pleasure. Are you willing to give yourself to receive? Are you willing to give yourself permission to receive more pleasure in every single area of your life? And it might start with just savoring your food and taking time to like taste your food.
Yes, I agree.
Instead of rushing and going, it might be to take more breaths during the day.
You know, it's as I listen to you, Tara, what I have learned over the past 2 years has been significant for me because it has taught me what you're talking about now. And I think that's why that's why I'm having another level of success and ascension that I'm going through, because I've lovingly been made to slow way down. And I think what I want this community to hear from you and from me is that with everything that's going on in the world right now, you have to make a decision. There comes a point where you just have to decide enough of that and a new way of being and living from a higher level of truth, which is what I think you're talking about, which is why your message right now is so timely, because we've been in the pandemic, we've been in the funk for 8 weeks, 9 weeks now. And then we had this whole racial thing.
Like 1 day.
It's feel like it's been a very, very long time. We're in the month of June. The year's going by super, super fast.
So fast.
And it's going to pick up even more speed. So this is the time to hear what Tara is saying and really talking about, I have to make a new decision to reset. That's my new word right now. It's time to reset everything from a whole new perspective. And I think what you're talking about is that reset, is that perspective.
Yes, so good. It truly is. It truly is exactly what you're saying. And that requires for you to be still. Like you can't obtain that or embody that reset until you're still enough to hear the wisdom of your own soul, the wisdom of the divine.
You have to say that again. I don't want that to run over that, because that was way too powerful to just, I felt that charge right through my body. You have got to say that again.
I don't even remember what I said because I'm a channel. So you have to slow down. You have to be still enough to hear the wisdom from your own soul.
Ooh, that's
and
good.
The divine that's within, because she is speaking. The divine within you is speaking always. But when we're going, and we're vibrating at the frequency of the collective, which is in chaos, and we're not coming home within ourselves and creating the practices where we can, and why is this important? So we can trust ourselves. So we can trust ourselves that when we take inspired action, can we 1,000% energetically back up who we're being in the world, what we're saying, what we're doing, the impact that we're making. It's like, I want to bring my 1,000% energetic contribution where I'm fully present, where there's not this part of me that's disconnected from this conversation, but that I give myself permission to be fully here right now. You know, it's in the now that miracles are born, always in the present moment. And so we really invite everyone to come home to now. Bring yourself out of what happened yesterday, this morning, last week, last month. The conversation, the triggers, the pain.
Yes.
Come out of the
preach, girl.
Come out of the future of what your worry and stress. Let tomorrow worry for itself today. Give yourself permission to be here now and feel what it feels like to be here now. Have you ever been grateful for even the pain that you feel?
Thank you. Come on.
That is where you can really transmute.
That's it.
A lot of the things, it's like there's some times where there can be tears streaming down my face.
Yes.
And I'm like, thank you for this human experience. It's painful.
Yes.
But I'm actually grateful that I get to experience this.
And what I add on to that is, thank you that you trusted me enough and you never gave up on me enough to go through it so I can get to my highest self and be the light and be the love and the wisdom because that's what I'm feeling right now. Like, it's as difficult as this is, as painful as it is, as much as I'm feeling into the world and the culture and other people and even myself, thank you, because now I get to become a voice of love in the darkness like never before. I have been asked to speak like never since pandemic, since, with this all started, I've been speaking a whole lot more, and I can see my own evolution because I'm ascending into this place of it's time to just love anything and everything. And something, this is kind of off topic a little bit. I know you understand the ascension process. And I think so many of us are going through that right now so that we can get to that higher place to be love and light and all that stuff. Can you talk about that? Because no one's really talking about how painful this ascension process. You actually had a great description. I wish I'd written it down when we talked last time. Do you remember what you had said about that process? Something about suspension and that we're in here.
Well, I said that earlier. I feel like right now the reason why things have felt, like we're already halfway through the year is, and none of us, because of everything that's been going on, and most of us don't know what day it is, what time it is. It's just everything's
so
kind
true.
of, and I shared earlier about how I feel like in this time, in this dispensation, we've been taken out of regular time and suspended into space to look at, to feel, and to heal what needs to be looked at, felt, and healed, and to change accordingly in every area. And when you said ascension, immediately my intuition, the hit that I got was unraveling. There must be an unraveling of everything.
Yes. Oh, that's good.
There must be an unraveling first. Ascension, right? Ascension is not like this. That's linear. This is very masculine, linear. Like seasons and destinies and spirals, which why did I say for you to breathe, get into your hips, get into your hearts. You're coming into the cycles, the rhythms. Even Jesus the Christ said, I will teach you the rhythms of grace. Learn from me. It's easy, and this non-forced rhythms of grace. There's no forcing in that grace. There's no forcing, but there is an unraveling. Yes. There is an unraveling. There is an unraveling, and it is very uncomfortable, and it's very confronting.
Yes, it is. To
face ourselves, our ancestors, generations. We have to do the work. And that is not going to be something that's going to be, super fun, because it can be painful, but we don't have to do it alone.
That's what I was getting ready to say.
We're not alone.
That's right.
We're not alone.
Yeah.
We have divine intelligence and support, and we have each other that can be powerful mirrors for one another.
That's what this group is really, my heart's passion is to create a group of highly spiritual, highly visionary, highly ambitious women who want to live at the highest level possible, unapologetically, and with such conviction that it becomes easy and natural. And then we just go, you know what, I help you, you help me, we just come together, and it's just automatically done. So I want to shift our conversation a little bit, because I know you are doing some amazing things in the world, and you're stepping into a whole new level of industry and power. So can we talk about what is frequency, what is vibration, and what does that look like for a woman, particularly now?
I feel like we really touched on that, in terms, I guess in order for you to add on to it, in order for you to live at your highest vibration, that's going to require mastering the energetics of who you be.
Say that again.
Oh gosh, you always tell me to repeat, and I'm just to channel the wisdom.
Here's what I heard you say. Here's what I heard you say. It takes us mastering the dynamics of the energetics. So there's people that say energy, and what you just said is there are different levels within it, and you've got to learn how to master every single one of it.
Mastering the energy. You don't have to do it all at once. You can take a breath. This is why we're here in Earth School. So yes, to live at your highest vibration, you must master the energetics of beingness.
Yes.
And then what you do will match the frequency of your beingness. All the people, places, things, and all of life will organize around your success to the energetics that you are. And then that creates the frequency match to all of life. So my experience with life is simply a reflection of the frequency match that I'm emanating due to mastering the energetics in every season of my life. And that's going to look and feel like different. It's going to look and feel differently. But, you know, that's where wisdom comes from, is that life experience, knowing that you've been through worse, like you were able to get through other turbulent times. You know, I remember the recession of 2008.
Yes.
I know that when there is ever chaos, there's always creation.
Yes, where there ever is chaos, there is always creation.
So what are you birthing? What are you creating?
Oof.
Come, look deeper than the chaos and you'll see that there's creation birthing on the inside of you that wants to be expressed. What is the wisdom that wants to come through you? It's not pivoting that we need right now. It's real fucking powerful presence.
That's right.
Excuse my French, but we don't need pivoting. We need presence. Presence. Take up space with the energetic vibration and frequency that you're here to give, because that's the gift.
So Tara, there's something else I want to talk about with what you're talking about. So if I'm hearing you correctly, and I believe that I am, and correct me if I'm not, part of this defining each moment and experiencing each moment means we have the power to create it the way we choose to actually experience it. And I think a lot of women lose their power because they're not, even myself a long time ago, because they're not taking the power position to redefine it and recreate it so that you can magnetize it in. And if frequency and vibration is very, I would guess, specific and very intentional. Yes?
Very.
So how does she redefine, if her world has been all chaotic, if her world even on the inside has been chaotic, how does she get back into her power to redefine this? Because I know people use affirmations and they use vision boards, and those things can be very powerful, but is there something else that they can do that's more dynamic in that?
The most dynamic thing you could ever do is be present with the divine that's within you.
It comes back to you being here. Yeah.
And yes, there is a plethora of magnificent tools, techniques, and even new technology that can biohack your energetic biofield.
Yes.
And can raise your frequency. There's so many things that we can do. And honestly, it would need an entirely new, training for that, which I know we're happy to do. I'm happy to do, at no charge, just to support. Seriously. I mean, because I feel like now more than ever, and for those of you watching, I'm not able to see your comments, but I know, and Dr. Anita can, is, would that make a difference for you? Would it make a difference for you? Would you love for us to be able to serve you deeper? Because there's only so much time that we have here now. And there's so much we can do to raise our vibration. And even the highest technology that just came, that's in certain parts of the world, there's new technologies that are raising our frequency that we can use to raise our frequency. Microcurrents that can literally shift our vibration.
Yes. Yes. So this conversation is really, and I hope all of you, and I'm seeing all these comments and so many of the women are responding, and I know more women are going to respond once they see the playback, and we want you to give us the hearts. We want you to tell us how much you are really tapping in and feeling the power of this conversation. And Tara and I are on a mission together now to really help more women step into their power and claim their spirit, their body, their soul, their finances, so that you can go back and change not only your life, but your family, your community, and the world. And it starts with you. And so what she basically just said, and we want to present to you, is an opportunity to go much deeper from a master teacher on feminine design. Frequency is the word I was looking for. Feminine frequency, and teaching you the step-by-step processes of becoming wealthy. And then I'm even under the mentorship of her, and saying, this is how we're going to build this business. This is how we're going to grow and heal, so that we can take back the life that God intended for us to have and to live it abundantly. Wouldn't you say? So if you are seriously interested in being mentored by a high-level master, as you can see in Tara, then I want you to say, I'm interested below, and I will reach out to you, and we're going to invite you to an opportunity to be trained in another training with Tara off of here, because that's hers, and I want to support that. But if you're interested, say, I'm interested below, put a heart next to it, put a crown next to it, put all the emojis that work with you. And then I'll reach out to you. And then when Tara says this is the day and time, I'll make sure you have that information so we can keep going and keep having this conversation. I'm in it for the long haul. I'm determined to get to my highest and best version of Anita, not Dr. Anita, just Anita. So that Dr. Anita, in what she's called to do, can go to a whole nother level. We're going to blow it out the park.
So good. So good. Yes.
You feel that you're tapping into divinely, that you feel you need to bring forward. I'm just going to sit, and you've got at least another 15 minutes. So whatever you want to say, it's yours.
Oh, wow. 15 minutes. I don't even know if we'll need all of that. It's, I feel like I want to check in and look at the comments so that I can just connect with everyone, because I haven't really been able to see anything.
And we've got a I'm interested. We've got a yes. You have to say, please say, I'm interested. I love the idea of saying yes, but I want to hear you declare it. I am interested.
Yeah, you can even put technology, like frequency, in the comments, and we'll reach out to you. So Danielle says, pain is implicit in birthing. Woo! Yes, Danielle. Thank you for contributing. Exactly. Pamela Garrison says, I'm so glad that I caught this.
Yeah.
Danielle says, I feel like I'm moving from looking like a bruise to the rainbow I was created to be.
Amen. I love it.
Yes.
Chaos to creation.
Yes. So I think what I feel like the most potent wisdom is for everyone right now is, am I committed to living my highest vision?
Oof.
And what would be possible if I was given the tools and the technologies to support me in being able to do that, to master the energetics, because everything really comes down to your sovereignty, which is self-mastery. And this sovereignty piece is really wholeness. It's wholeness because wealth in its purest form, abundance in its purest form, is wholeness. It means nothing missing, nothing broken, perfect, whole, and complete. That is the true essence of wealth. That is the true essence of abundance. So while you're trying to chase something outside of you, the richest well that you could ever draw from is within you.
Yeah, right here.
Because you are an emanation of spirit, of life, of creation itself. Let's take another deep, expansive breath in and just feel that.
In this present moment with you, Tara, I'm so grateful to be in your presence and to have these women experience what I've been experiencing for years. I've had the blessing of actually having Tara personally in my life, and me and hers and us together. And, now here are two women, opposite ends of the spectrum, African-American and a Caucasian woman, coming together in one heart and one soul and one spirit, and saying, let's be the light, let's be the voice, let's be the actual for whatever reason, Tara, I wonder if this resonates with you, but like the lighthouse that actually yells out to the women and says, here we are, we're ready to take you to the next level, follow us. You don't need to be us, we want you to be you, but we've got the path for you. So women are responding and saying, yes, I'm interested and I'm excited about what's coming next. So
honestly,
excited. So
I think that the most beautiful leadership is when someone can actually point you to the way, and where is the way back home to yourself.
Yes.
It's not this magic formula bullet outside of you. And I've been teaching for over a decade to women around the world in over 14 countries and counting, that your wealth comes from within.
Yes.
And it doesn't matter what kind of strategy or network that you have. If you are not fully tapped in, tuned in, turned on, in alignment to your divine destiny, you are only going to be operating at a very lower percentage of frequency that you're capable of in terms of your impact, your presence on this planet. And that presence, you know, the more light you're allowing yourself to be, the more wealth, windfalls, honestly should be coming in. Coming in, because again, wealth is wholeness. The true essence of wealth is wholeness. The true essence of abundance is wholeness. Even Jesus the Christ said, I have come to give you life and to give it to you more abundantly.
Yes. It's right.
The abundance, the abundant life. It's a frequency. And if you desire to really to invest in this level of self-mastery with your time and your energy and your intention and your focus and your devotion, then it will generate more money and more impact than you ever dreamed. It's not this thing out there that's going to be an answer to your prayer. It's not when you think when someone can fund you, when someone opens the door for you, you know, knock and the door will be opened. So, you know, like we have this energetic door that's available to us 24 hours, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. And are we asking? Are we knocking? Are we seeking? Are we asking? Are we asking? Are we seeking? Are we knocking?
And are we walking through?
Are we walking through? I love that. I love that.
I think a lot of women are coming to the door. I've seen it way too many times, and they're waiting for someone on the other side to open it for us, kind of like what you're saying. When we have to be bold enough, we have to be strong enough, we have to be courageous enough to go, I want this so much. I know this is what I'm called to so deeply. I feel it at such a visceral level. I'm going to walk through it myself. Because that's what happened to me. I woke up and said, I'm going to claim that higher life.
Yes, that's so good. Yes. Yes.
It's in my DNA. It's vibrating in me, and I have to walk through that door.
And that's what we call embodiment. That's what we call embodiment. That's what we call embodiment, and dare I say, even energetic embodiment of the you that you see as the highest vision and version of you, and collapsing timelines to bring that version of you here and now. And yes, you can do this, because I've done it multiple times over and over and over and over. And each time my revenue has gone up and up and up and up and up. And in fact, up and up and up and up as well. And that matched the frequency as well in which I was operating in. So, you know, this is advanced level training, you know, and I know that if you're watching this, then you're ready. You know, there's a reason why you're watching this. It's because your soul called this experience in for you to hear these words.
That's right.
And for the invitation for you to explore this further and go deeper. And, you know, this willingness to see things differently, it's going to touch every
fiber
of everything, of everything.
Yeah.
You know?
So we're
mastering our divinity, mastering our energetics. I do believe.
I hope that every woman who has already watched this, you're giving us some hearts, you're giving us some love. I'm going to specifically ask you to share this because we are a public group. Invite women to come into this group and be a part of us, to share. Watch this video because honestly, I'm probably going to go back and watch and take notes this time because right now I'm just having a conversation with her. And a lot of the stuff that she's already said, I've already connected to, but now it's time to take it to another level. Watch this replay. It's going to be available for you for a whole week. And of course, you know it's always going to be in our video section here, Empower Her Success. You have access to Tara. And those of you who said, I'm interested below, I'm going to be reaching out to you and inviting you to the opportunity to continue this conversation on a much deeper and richer level. And Tara, I just want to stop and say, thank you for finally, we got a chance to come together and have this powerful, enriched conversation. Thank you, sister. I love it so much.
Thank you, Dr. Anita. Your light is luminous. And it's time to gather together, dear sisters, near and far.
Yes.
And let's come into a circle together. And let's master the energetics of our own beingness.
Yes.
And raise our vibration and raise our frequency so that we can raise the consciousness of this planet.
Yes.
You know, the most important thing right now is your vibration, your frequency, you know, like, is it truly love?
Yes. Is it acceptance? Is it truly acceptance? Yeah.
Is it, and that is, right? Acceptance is love.
Yeah. So thank you.
Are you willing to accept the brilliance and the deliciousness and the divinity of who you are? You know, very hard to accept others.
If you can't accept,
we haven't been willing to even accept ourselves.
2 snaps and a circle. Come on now. Done. Mike.
Love your neighbor as yourself. You could not possibly love your neighbor as yourself if you haven't been loving, if you don't truly love and fully accept self.
All of you, the good, the bad, and the ugly.
Yeah, all of it. All of it.
Yeah.
All of it. So thank you. I'm so honored. All you have to do, ladies, is just let us know that you want more of this. You want more conversation of this. You want more rituals, more tools, technologies to support you in your journey of feminine leadership and wealth. And we will
This is going to be good.
We will do it. We'll do another training. We'll create a Facebook group. We'll pour our hearts out, and yeah, we'll give you what we
know, what we've learned, and that next level. So Tara, thank you. Thank you. I don't think there are any real words to express how much I've enjoyed this conversation with you, and just affirming again who I am and what I've learned, and giving us permission and being the voice that says, hey, ladies, come forward. And hopefully all of you ladies are hearing this from me. You're hearing this from her. And it's just time. Let's reset ourselves and make this our reality, make this our truth.
Yeah,
so much love, ladies.
Bless you. So grateful for who you are being in the world. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Bye, everybody. Have a great one.